Hey YouTube, today I'm going to show you how to make a virtual machine. Um, the most common virtual machines are on Macs because you have VMware Fusion, Parallels, VirtualBox, and then of course you have Apple's Boot Camp and others like that. But, well, Boot Camp is really more of a, if you're thinking about Boot Camp, it's what it really does. Basically, it partitions your hard drive. It gives, basically it makes, when you start out with your computer, your Mac, whatever, the whole hard drive built in is all Mac. But when you partition it using Boot Camp or Disk Utility, what you do is actually basically cut a line through the hard drive telling what your Mac, how much space your Mac has, and how much space the other partition has. And from there, you could install another Mac operating system. Like if you wanted Leopard and Snow Leopard, you could just do that through partitioning. But the most common one is installing Windows on the error partition, which is kind of good. But every time you want to switch it from from Windows to Mac, you have to log off, or you have to restart, and then you have to hold down Option again or whatever, and choose Mac to boot up in the Mac operating system. So I really like virtual machines because you can run Mac and Windows or whatever both at the same time. Um, so I'm going to show you how to make one. So you could do the same thing, or I'm just use Parallels. Um, I like it. I have tried VMware Fusion. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be with me. But I have also tried VirtualBox, and don't even get me started with that. I do not like VirtualBox at all. Um, it just doesn't seem to have a lot of features that the other ones have. Probably because it's free. Parallels and VMware Fusion are they cost some amount of money, but if you want to get them, you download the demo and put in a serial key or whatever. iSerial Reader is a pretty good program for Mac. Once you get it going, I have used it a lot. It helps for these kind of things. So it has no virus, nothing like that. So um, in my last video, which I have not posted yet, or I redid it and haven't posted that one yet, I showed you how to download Windows 7 ISO. So if you burned it to a CD or DVD, whatever, you could just put it in your CD/DVD drive right here. But I don't like to do that because wasting CD, DVDs, whatever it is. So I just choose the image. So I just choose, and then I'm going to go desktop, and there's my image. I just click open, and there it's in there. Click continue. I have the full version of Parallels, just to let you know. It can't be, sometimes the operating system can't be detected just out of nowhere. So you may have to choose what operating system you have and then what version. In this case, it's Windows 7. Click continue. You can choose whatever you want of these, choose stuff like that. You could choose your username, your company name, your product key if you have one. I don't have one, so you just uncheck that. And if you have a 64-bit version, you can use that. Mine's a 32, so I won't worry about that. And then you can rename it whatever you want. Like that. I already have a Windows 7 right there, so you can enable file sharing if you want and everything like that, and then click create, and there's your virtual machine. If you click start, there it is. Just what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Okay. And there it is. Windows is starting up. and it is booting in Windows 7. Now here's the part that I like about a virtual machine. Like I said, you can use Mac and Windows at the same time. So while Windows is booting, or Windows 7 is being installed, basically into its, and getting used to its new, to another space, and launch up some other program, like, oh, there we go. See the setup starting up and everything. But Facebook, and see if you do not choose a product key, go, you can choose about that. You can choose what Windows 7 you want. um, what I did was I chose Ultimate because what I said before about Windows 7 is that the how the program, and when I mentioned how to download Windows 7, I said I'd have a link to the product key installer and everything in the description. That I didn't say, but that only works for the Windows 7 Ultimate. So if you have any other one, you'll have to get on the web and get a product key or something like that. So I went with Ultimate when I downloaded my real Windows 7. And then so you just choose what one you want, click next. It'll copy the files, it'll uh, boot up a few times, restart, and next thing you know, you'll be in Windows 7. So if you're doing this, just let it run. Um, let it do everything it's going to do. It will take a while, but trust me, it does work. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe.